Hello and welcome. My name's Simon from Premium Quality Air Rifle Accessories, and this is Bargain Bang's CO2, a guide and review of what to buy from the massive world of CO2, how to buy second-hand safely, and how to shoot for free. Today's Bargain Bang is an early Walther CP88 with a 4-inch barrel. It's in the rare as rocking horse doo-doo gloss black finish, and this pistol is in 10 out of 10 unmarked condition. I bought this last week from a chap at my local club for 90 quid, and I've not stopped shooting it since. The CP88 is the pistol that basically all others are judged by. It's been around for some time and it's the benchmark for quality. I guess, as Andy would say, need a bit of a history lesson just to set the scene. So I'll give you a brief history of how this pistol came about. Back in 1993, Walther was a 100-year-old gunmaker that by all accounts was struggling a bit, short on new ideas and not adapting particularly well to the changing gun laws of the time. Umarex came along, spotted a bit of a bargain, swooped in and snapped up a 90% share in Walther. They probably saved the company and turned its fortunes around. 30 years on, Umarex is a world leader in CO2 pistol manufacture and has taken the Walther brand from strength to strength. It really started to go well for Umarex when they introduced the game-changing Walther CP88 pistol back in 1996. It wasn't available to buy in the UK till 97 when our gun laws changed and they became legal to own. The CP88 was something different from what was around at the time. It was ultra realistic, CO2 pistol, an exact copy of the Walther P88 compact 9mm pocket pistol, which was produced by Walther from 1988 onwards. C for CO2, P for pocket, and 88 for 1988. So the CP88 was born. It was German engineering at its finest. Its weight is identical to the original to within a fraction of an ounce, and it was finished in gloss black, closely resembling the blue steel finish of the P88. It uses an 8-shot revolving magazine that was precise, robust, reliable, and it's still used in nearly every Umarex CO2 pistol to this day, and it's been copied in style by most manufacturers. Until the CP88 came along, nothing had come close to the quality or finish or the realism that Umarex managed to achieve. It just made it an overnight success, and it led the way to hundreds of equally detailed CO2 copies. The CP88 spec is as follows. It's a Walther CP88. It's powered by one 12-gram CO2 bulb, like that. It fires 4.5mm 177 pellets. It doesn't shoot BBs because it's got a rifled barrel. It's all metal construction with the exception of the grips, which are plastic and removable. And they just come off so you can put your CO2 in. It's classed as a sub 6 foot-pound pistol, but in reality shoots at about 2 foot-pound. And it shoots in double or single action, either 8 shots just by pulling the trigger, which cocks the hammer and rotates the magazine, or by cocking the hammer and then the trigger is nice and light, and that's single shot. It's currently priced new from around 195 quid to 250 quid, but it's widely available second hand on sites such as Gunstar, Gun Trader, MeWe, and there's plenty out there to choose from. You can quite easily pick a good one. The length of the standard pistol is 180mm, so it's quite compact and easy to handle. The 6-inch competition or 6-inch barreled competition model is slightly longer at 200mm, and it has a 6-inch barrel, which reputedly makes it more accurate. The options that are available: gloss black, with a 4-inch barrel. This was only produced between 1997 and 2010, and the rare models, the early models should I say, are really designed by collectors and reputed to be built to really extremely tight tolerances. I'm not sure of the age of mine. I think it might be quite an early one. It shoots absolutely lovely, and it clearly is well made. Current models that are available, you can buy them in a nickel finish, or like a dull silver, in a 4-inch or 6-inch, a matte black, that's the matte black finish, again in a 4-inch or a 6-inch, or they do a nickel polished chrome in a 4-inch only. I don't own one of the chrome versions, but the finish is similar to this, and that's on the Hamley S26, which is also an Umarex pistol. All models get between 60 and 80 shots from 112 gram CO2 bulbs, so fairly easy or cheap to run. So based on that, you're going to need a lot of magazines. The more you get, the better, because you don't want the fun to stop after 8 shots. You want it to keep going. The 6-inch competition model claims to have a bit better accuracy and grouping. It has a muzzle brake on the bottom here, so the barrel stops back here, and the idea behind that is that it strips turbulent air from behind the pellet. In reality, both pistols are very accurate, and the extra length of the competition model, I think, can make it slightly less fun to shoot, just because it's slightly less pointable. I plan to test the accuracy of both models and include the results later in the video. So yeah, that's the CP88 pistol. Let's do a little comparison between the two. So you've got the 4-inch and the 6-inch, so you can see the difference in the lengths. Let's get that in frame. They both operate in exactly the same way. They have a safety catch which is ambidextrous on both sides. So down to make safe, up with the red showing to fire. The action is opened by this catch on the side, and then you can just simply drop a magazine in and you're ready to go. Really shoot lovely, nice and smooth action. You've got adjustable sights at the rear on these, and they're lockable by a tiny little grub screw in the middle there, which slides left or right. The front sight is fixed. My kind of experience is that they're pretty accurate guns, probably about as accurate as you can get from a CO2 pistol. You've got what would be the magazine release catch here, and when you push this, you can then insert your CO2 bulb, tighten up, and then when you do that, you get the little hiss of happiness, as Giles would say, and you're ready to go for between 60 and 80 shots. And just a really nice thing, and that just clips back on there. So that's basically the walk around. There's not a lot else to say. The gloss black finish, it feels really durable, and it's going to last a long time. This one potentially could be best part of 15-20 years old, and there's not really any signs of wear on it. The good thing about the matte finish, although it's not quite as durable, I don't think, is it's easily touchable up, and if you use a black Sharpie marker, you can, any little nicks or scratches, you can colour them in, and it really makes it invisible. Operates in the same way the longer pistol. Obviously you've just got 2 inches extra on the barrel plus a muzzle brake. For me, the shorter one is better, but it's each to their own. Right, so I'm going to do some pellet testing, some accuracy testing, put it over the chrono, and then we'll try to come up with some conclusions, and then a bit later on we'll talk about safe operation of it, how to buy it safely, postal services, etc. Okay, so I'm going to put a fresh CO2 bulb in each pistol, and then I'm going to do 8 shots over the chrono, with each pistol, just to see the feet per second, and then I'm going to put 8 shots in a fresh paper target with each pistol to test grouping and accuracy. Got about 5 meters in my indoor range, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. Okay, just a bit of follow-up on the chrono testing. I'm going to put the figures up on the video, but just a comparison between the two. The average foot-pound produced by the CP88 in its standard length with a 4-inch barrel was 2.3 foot-pound, which is respectable for a CO2 pistol. Obviously, the longer barrel must have an effect on power, because the average foot-pound was 3.1 with the 6-inch barrel of the competition. But power's not really the main thing with these pistols. They're there for plinking, they're there for a bit of fun, they're not for hunting or for pest control, so it's neither here nor there. The spread feet per second on the standard length one was only 15 feet per second over 8 shots, with a maximum of 384 feet per second and a minimum of 369 feet per second, both using the H&N Excite pellets. The feet per second spread, although this is a more powerful gun, there was a bigger spread of 24 feet per second overall, with a low of 425 feet per second and a high of 448 feet per second. I'll put all those figures up so you can digest them, but I think that's saying this one grouped slightly tighter, and that might be because it's more consistent in its power output. Anyway, food for thought. Okay, so first up we're going to do 8 shots with the CP88 standard length pistol with the 4-inch barrel using H&N Excite 7.4 grain flathead pellets. Let's see how we do. We're looking at the grouping more than the accuracy, on my part anyway. Okay, so we're going to take a closer look at that grouping later. Okay, so now we're going to do 8 shots with the CP88 competition 6-inch barrel with the muzzle brake, so we can make a comparison between the two pistols. Okay, so I put 8 shots through with each pistol on a fresh paper target. Both pistols we're using had the same level of CO2 left. They just had 8 shots out each for the chrono test. So let's have a look at the results. Okay, so first up we've got the 5 metre indoor range, 8 shots with the CP88 4-inch, using the same pellets for both, which were the H&N Co2 Excite pellets, which are 7.4 grain and a flathead. So I've just kind of highlighted that and drawn around it with a pen just to make it clearer to see. The group size on that is 4 centimetres at its longest point, and a nice little 5 or 6 shot group, all within an inch there. So yeah, impressed with that. CO2 pistol, very, very happy. If it's grouping like that, that's a good pistol. Okay, for the 6-inch barrel with the air stripper target again. Again, 5 metres, 8 shots, same pellets. And it's grouped exactly the same. About 4 centimetres and a bit narrow spread the other way. If we put those two, okay, that way around, side by side, the group size more or less exactly the same. In fact, if anything, the 4-inch barrel is just a slightly tighter group fractionally. I think that illustrates that, you know, certainly with these two pistols here, there's nothing in it. There is I can see no advantage for the longer pistol. If it floats your boat and you like the look of it, that's great. But from an accuracy point of view, and certainly from a fun point of view, the 4-inch barrel standard length seems to be the daddy. Okay, so just a few words about buying pistols safely, second hand. We're living in a world now where people are not that keen to see you face to face, but buying air guns or anything in life face to face is best if you can. You can meet the person, look at the item, and check it over. If you're really lucky, you might get to shoot it before you bring it home. That's not always the case though, and some of the best bargains are to be found on websites such as Gunstar, Gun Trader, MeWe, and you just need to be really cautious when you're going down that route. Make sure you speak to the person directly over the phone at the very minimum. If you're going to be transferring money into someone's bank account, there are new banking regs in place now where the bank is responsible for checking the identity of that person. But you need to do your due diligence. So if you can get that person to send you a picture of his driving licence, see a bill to confirm address details, and make sure you agree a postage service that the gun's going to be shipped by. Postage costs for a standard air pistol or sporting gun, as it's described on Royal Mail's services, is round about 11 quid depending on which way you send it. There's only 2 services that Royal Mail will accept air pistols on in the UK. The first is special delivery 1 PM. It's classified as a sporting gun, and you get it the next day. So if it was posted on a Thursday, it will be delivered before 1 PM on a Friday. That's my personal favourite choice. Neither service has any insurance for these goods. Despite what it says in the post office, whatever your postmaster tells you, they've got it wrong. It happens all the time to me. I buy and sell quite a few. There is no insurance for these particular items. So that's why I always go Royal Mail special delivery, because at least you get it in your hands the quickest way. The other service that accepts guns via the Royal Mail is Parcel Force 48 hours. I guess as the name suggests, it takes twice as long. Costs about the same, although you can send air rifles using that service as well. Just be aware there is no insurance, so you need to agree with your seller who's taking that risk, either yourselves or them. I imagine it will be yourselves, because the seller, once he's got your money and it's gone, and he's proved it's gone in the post. So yeah, that's it. Just be really careful when you're buying. Make sure you get to speak to the person at the very least. Get as much information about the person as you can. If you're buying off a forum, try seek a bit of information from other people to make sure that the person's reputable if he's traded with other people before. And yeah, that's it. You can get some real bargains. As I say, I paid 90 for that. Great little pistol. I think I paid about 110 for this one. They seem to be everywhere for about 150, so I can shoot that for a year, 2 years. Know I'm going to get my money back on it when I come to sell it, as long as I don't damage it and break it or scratch it. Basically, shooting for free. One of the things to look out for when you're buying second hand is trying to get things thrown in. Extra magazines, a couple of tins of pellets. If you're collecting an item, see if you can get a bag full of CO2 bulbs thrown in, a red dot sight, a case to put it in. The more you get, it reduces the actual cost of the pistol for you. And yeah, you get to shoot for free. Can't get any better than that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching my video. I'm certainly no YouTube expert. I'm just enjoying making the videos, trying to share my love of CO2 pistols with other people, and hopefully encourage you to buy second hand safely, have some fun, and you know, just enjoy yourselves. Thank you.